Welcome to my Claim Your Worthiness podcast, intimate conversations with Gail Jones. We all have a safe place within to create anew. In each episode, I hope to add to your inner sanctuary to strengthen the belief in yourself and your dreams. Claiming our worthiness sets the foundation for centering us back into our greatness. From this foundation, we create our most amazing lives. I'll be sharing insights and resources from my own journey and from others who are transforming their lives. Lean in and receive the wisdom shared. You are worthy of having this special time with yourself. I'm Gail Jones. In today's new episode, titled Making Friends with the Unknown, I'm going to share empowering ways to embrace these times of great uncertainty. And these times aren't going to go away. They're here for a while. First, let's acknowledge that the whole world is in a holding pattern in these unprecedented times of transformation. Collectively, we've been called to stillness, to take a pause from old ways of living as we await for new ways of being to unfold. The waiting is the hardest part in any type of transition, not to mention in a worldwide transformation. Also, there is both loss and gain with all transitions. And for us right now in the pandemic, we're all experiencing losses from all the deprivation we've been feeling as old ways of working, connecting, and relating have changed. Yet we also have gains from having more time to go inward, discovering our new needs and wants, and perhaps become clearer about our priorities. We must accept we have entered a new world where there is no going back to the way things used to be, which can be unsettling. For many, especially those who prefer routine, living out of our comfort zones during these times of unknown can be painful or scary. Yet, as the old saying goes, what we resist persists. And Esther Hicks of the Law of Attraction fame says this about resisting. Quote, most rarely align with their true power because it seems illogical to them that there is power in relaxation, in letting go, or in love or joy or bliss. Most people do not understand that their power lies in releasing resistance, which is the only obstacle to true power. Unquote. And I'd like to add, refusing to accept change also stalls our growth. In the next book I'm working on, which is called Space for Grace, The Way Out is In, I talk about how important this time alone is to rewire our brains. As a coach who has been guiding adults in transition for more than 20 years, I also often remind my clients that through great periods of change, the pause is the sacred place of becoming who we truly are. So instead of fearing it, embrace it as a time to really discover your true self and the reason you're here. We are all in a process of reinvention, whether we chose it or not. It is through spending time in the unknown that we can create the greatest version of ourselves in our lives. If we stay in what is familiar, we keep repeating past patterns. Again, we need what I call the space for grace, which is really a gap time between the old and the new to create a new mindset for thriving. The mindset can't be created when we rehash the past. It needs that space. Adversity also has a way of fine-tuning our intuitive skills. When one learns that to get through a challenge, he or she must tune in and sit in silence and listen for guidance, the answer is not out there. You have the power to choose, and this is probably one of the most significant choices all of us can make right now. We can choose to be a victim or a creator. And as world-renowned neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza repeatedly says, quote, the best way to predict your future is to create it. And if you can become comfortable in the unknown, that's where all possibilities exist, unquote. So, again, choosing the unknown as your friend is really important for creating a new. One way to create that new future is to have a clear intention with an elevated emotion. And this is where people get mostly confused. They have it the other way around. You must feel the new life you want before it happens. It doesn't go this way. When I get that new job, house, or relationship, I'll be happy. You must make yourself happy first, or even love yourself first before entering a new relationship. We must become the person we want to attract. So in this space for grace, I also recommend that you think of our thoughts, knowing that they are electricity running through our body, and our feelings are magnetic. Through getting acquainted with our thoughts and feelings, we get a sense of what our energy is in the world, and it's our energy that changes our lives. That's a really big concept to grab. It is through our energy that we change our lives. And one of the ways we get in touch with our energy or elevate our energy is to focus on high vibration emotions such as joy, wonder, and excitement. And then make a decision to stop feeling the experience of stress and fear. It takes discipline to make this choice, and we must choose again and again, moment by moment. Joy and wonder, or stress and fear. It's your choice. Then you must take inspired actions aligned with your clear intentions and elevated emotions, such as put yourself out there to meet new people, or find new work, or even reinvent your business to be virtual now in this new world. Another way to shift the focus to happier emotions and better outcomes is to start asking open-ended questions. These open-ended questions allow the prefrontal cortex of the brain to open to new possibilities. And they stop us from rehashing the past, which keeps us stuck. Here are some questions that can expand your possibilities and shift your focus from fear of the unknown to the creative powers within. And really take time to think about each of these questions. What is the greatest ideal of myself that I can be today? Here's some examples. My ideal self is generous, loving, successful, accepting, happy. Think about your ideal self. Who is that today? Next question to ponder. What do I want to think today? Our thoughts create our reality, as many of us know in this world of energy psychology. Here's some examples that I like thinking. I am healthy. I am vibrant. I'm connected. I'm happy. I'm cherished. I'm valued. I'm consistently successful and empowered. I am loved, lovable, and loving. Here's a few more that you can throw out for yourself. I am worthy. I am enough. I am safe and trusting, and the universe has my back. I will be supported in my call to serve. I'm comfortable in my body, secure in myself. I'm grounded in myself versus protecting myself. I'm open-hearted. I experience ease, laughter, and pleasure. So again, what kind of thoughts do you want to think today about yourself? Napoleon Hill, who wrote the very popular book Think and Grow Rich, suggests starting the day with this question, quote, God, what are you and I going to create today? End quote. When we focus on creation, we get into the most empowered version of ourselves. We all have the ability every day to create something, even if it's just a new thought or feeling.
No matter what is happening in our world now, know this: you are not your circumstances. Learn how to claim your internal power to thrive in Gail's 6-session coaching package, Creating a New Mindset for Thriving. Discover your hidden beliefs that hold you back. Learn empowering words and feelings that shift your mindset to create anew. Release financial setbacks and other blocks to abundance. Step into a new vision for your life with clearly defined action steps to support it. Be championed and mentored, which is a key to success. Email her at gailjones@claimyourworthiness.com to set up a complimentary 30-minute session to learn more. Gail trained with world-renowned neuroscientists to help you learn to train your brain for optimal outcomes. Check out her website, claimyourworthiness.com, especially her video on the homepage, to catch a glimpse of her expertise.
Another thing we don't realize is we often carry around images in our head that actually block us or keep us stuck. Images based on past experiences. So I suggest you find a new image on which to focus going forward. Here are some examples of images that can move you forward. A picture of a starting gate. You're about to go through the starting gate. What are you going to go through? What are you going to bring to the world? Another picture you can put in your head is an open door. Every day is a brand new experience, and I welcome the open door. Another picture that's been helpful to me is to picture a huge grassy field, which symbolizes unlimited possibilities for a new life. So when you enter a new situation and you call up one of those images, you attract more of what you want in your life in that situation. Whenever you start thinking about ways things have gone in the past that you don't like and you want to stop those thoughts, bring forth the new empowering image. These images can stop the mind from swirling back to the old. And another way we can change our thoughts going forward is instead of focusing on the discomfort of the periods of unknown, we can discipline ourselves to use these times to master change. In the words of John Assaraf, CEO of NeuroGym, which is a company using advanced technologies and evidence-based brain training methods to help individuals unleash their fullest potential and maximize their results. Quote, "If you're committed to the success you want, you find solutions. If you're committed to stay the same, you'll find excuses. So what are you committed to? Are you committed to getting mentally stronger, emotionally stronger, physically stronger, financially stronger? Because if you are, there is a way. And if you're not, then you're going to revert back to a place of regret possibly." End quote. Another commitment you can make is to create new habits that reinforce the new you and commit to doing something new every day. Here's a few habits that you may want to consider. One is meditate. Meditation allows us to become familiar with the old self that we no longer want to be and the new self we're blossoming into. You can make a choice when you meditate that you're not going to get up as the same person who sat down. And here's the trick after meditation. When you claim the new self, you have to maintain that state of mind, body, and spirit every day, independent of the conditions of your life. Independent of any history, addictions, realization of time, and declare that you are going to create a new you. Another habit is daily exercise, eating healthy. And I also like when we talk about habits to think about ways of being that we want to change. A key one I have found in working with my clients over 20 years that really dramatically changes relationships is to make a choice to become more open-hearted and less judgmental. You want to start choosing habits that upgrade your life. Again, doing something creative every day, whether it's trying a new recipe or calling friends you haven't spoken to in a long time. Being grateful for every little and big thing and then jot it down is really important. The physical act of writing something down helps create new neural pathways in the brain to look for more of the same. And here's the really tricky part after we've done this inner work, claiming new habits, declaring our new selves. We don't instantly see a reflection. There is a gap between how we appear in the world and the new feelings we are integrated in the unknown. Don't focus on the externals right away. It takes time to bring forth the new you. You're just rewiring your brain. It needs time to integrate. Despite the challenges of the unknowns we are all facing, we also have the choice to use this time to become our most creative and resourceful selves. The choice is yours, to fear the unknown or to make it your friend. I had to make that choice 8 years ago when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. For what most people don't know is once you get the diagnosis, it takes an excruciatingly long time, it seems, to hear the results. And rather than go into pure terror, which I did when I first heard the diagnosis, I spent 3 weeks walking the beach, crying, and wondering what my life would be like. And once I got the results, I continued to spend time in that unknown before I made a choice of how I was going to handle my treatments or not. It was in that time of the unknown I decided I was going to be creative and resourceful versus live from fear. And as a matter of fact, I got a calling in the middle of the night to write this book. And guess what? I didn't want to write it, but I couldn't stop. I jumped out of bed and I wrote for 3 days, barely eating, didn't take a shower, and I was guided every step of the way on this book. It was the most creative thing I ever did in my life, but I didn't ask for it. But I made peace with the unknown, and this is what came to me. The guidance I got from tuning into my inner self during that period of the unknown was to teach love versus fear. And then later on my journey, it was to teach worthiness to live and worthiness to thrive. So had I not been in the unknown, I wouldn't have got this calling. I would have rushed ahead, got all involved in all the treatments and all the suggestions. It was that time in the unknown. It was the most fruitful, rich time of my life. Thank you for joining me on our journey today. I am so grateful you are part of my podcast community, where it is my dream that by claiming our worthiness together, we can more impactfully shed our light and love on this world. In future podcasts, I'll be sharing more stories of hope and unlimited possibilities for creating anew. You can also follow me on Instagram or on my Facebook page. I also hope you'll be inspired to share my podcast with your friends. Together, we are stronger. Blessings, Gail.
Instagram and Facebook at Coach Gail Jones.